Hello everyone, it's Chad Miller and I'm here to introduce a new segment to Red and Slim Productions based on my love of Halloween. I'm not sure what I'm calling it just yet, but as I put this piece together, I'll come up with something. So it's just going to be a random sort of program made once every year because of Halloween. And Halloween has always been my favorite time of year, especially after coming out, because I've done, for the most part, I've done pop culture drag, and I've had some really amazing costumes. I've had some that have not turned out so well, and it's just been a highlight of every year for me, trying to come up with a costume that fits into the realm of my geekdom, and then something that can obviously work with my limited skills as far as doing drag. A new highlight for me is that the company that I work for has been doing trunk or treat each year, and so that has brought about a newer and exciting spectrum to dressing up for Halloween, because I mean, I'm kind of past the age of, you know, just dressing up and going out and partying at the club all the time. So the first year that we did trunk or treat, I did a Star Wars theme and dressed up as Princess Leia. And that went over pretty well. The next year, I decided to do a Star Trek theme, and I didn't do a specific character, I kind of created my own, and I thought that looked amazing. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that was exciting. And the year after that, I did Gem from Gem and the Holograms, and I was really proud of the trunk presentation. The costume was okay, however, my makeup just sucked. And we were also in the height of COVID, so, you know, we had to wear masks. So that kind of just really lost the illusion as far as portraying Gem, and I had a bad pair of shoes, and and it got extremely cold, and I'm gonna post, I've done Gem before, I'm gonna post a little snippet. I've been thinking about this for quite some time, because this is monumental to me as a pop culture junkie, to be able to create something. I'm also an artist, a painter. I like designing things. So when I was thinking about it, I was just like, oh, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. So I was just like, this year, WandaVision. So WandaVision has been a highlight of this past year for me as an MCU enthusiast. And aside Captain America, I would say that Wanda Maximoff is my second favorite character in the MCU to this point. And the show was fascinating. It was done so uniquely and so well, and like I said, it became a no-brainer that this was going to be my theme for Trunk or Treat. And So I found a costume online that was surprisingly cheap, considering that it's pretty accurate. It's not 100% to the degree of Wanda's final incarnation of the Scarlet Witch in the show. It's pretty darn close. It's good enough for me. I'm going to make some enhancements to it, and I'm excited about that. And I hope at some point in time that there will be an effective way to either photograph or videotape the effects that I'm working on for the costume. And then it got to the point where my husband Derek decided that he wanted to participate as well, and which is totally fine. So I was just like, wow, well, he's not well versed on the MCU like I am, and so I was like, well, maybe we could split the themes. So so my brain starts working, and we found a theme for him, and it still fits into Magick. So I was just like, yes, this is gonna be so awesome. And I just couldn't wait to start diving into creating. It is the early part of September right now, and over the past couple of weeks I've been diligently working on the WandaVision half of the trunk. And as things are settling and falling into place with that, I'm starting to begin on the Harry Potter side of the trunk. So yeah, so along with this costume, I decided that obviously there was going to have to be a backdrop. And in past trunk or treat events, I've been fairly creative using like some of the pop culture references that I own in my collection, and creating my own artwork, and then, you know, just printing out details, doing whatever I could do. And I've gotten into a little bit of trouble with my husband. Because for one, I've been hanging things via scotch tape, sorry. And some of it hadn't completely removed when I undecorated. So I was trying to come up with a way to do this trunk without having to tape things. So this picture is going to be the starting point of what I've been working on for the WandaVision side. And right now, let's take a look at my progress, and I'll talk about the inspiration for why I'm doing this the way that I'm doing it. So it took me quite some time to come up with this, or design this backdrop. And in all honesty, it turned out a heck of a whole lot better than I thought it ever would have. So when it pan out here, I decided to design a different element for each decade that Wanda puts into her show. And so I did also some research onto the styles of televisions during that said time period. Some of the art is a little bit crude, but it is to convey certain scenes from the show. So like right now we have 1950s. This is the 1960s. Right down here, we're gonna have the 1970s. I just affixed the 1980s here. And what my intention is, let me back up a little bit, is to take and put battery-operated LED lights in red around and behind each of these scenes, because they are 3D, well, you know, projected off the backdrop, to kind of give an ambiance of Wanda's powers. And yeah, so I have 2 more decades to work on here. So right now I'm working on the 1990s era episode of WandaVision to add to the board. I don't know how close we can get there. Still a work in progress, obviously, but so yeah, I've after that one, I only have a 2000s version to go as far as the TV themes go, and I'm going to affix some dowel rods to the back, top of it, where I can hang my Marvel Legends figures of the Scarlet Witch and White Vision. And then I'm debating on a couple more elements. The theme is all about Wanda, obviously, and because that's who I'm dressing up as. And so do I just want to make it more about Wanda in WandaVision, or do I also want to include a lot of the secondary characters and themes that go along with the program? And how do I want to go about that? So that is where everything is at right now. For this episode, I will continue to do some updates, because I think this is a fascinating aspect of my entire creative life, of, you know, geekdom, of creativity, of Halloween, and yeah, so I'm hoping after I get everything completed, I'll do another video to show you how I finish things off, and then hopefully we'll have some footage of the actual event when it takes place. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this segment every year now. So as long as I'm with the company at least, and if not, maybe just doing Halloween drag for whatever purpose. But anyhow, that is gonna do it for this episode of whatever I'm gonna call this. I don't know yet. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas, suggestions, comments, please leave those in the comments below. I certainly welcome fantastic comments. If you find something that is absolutely just horrid, just say something. I'm pretty tough-skinned, so yeah, exciting. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light to you all.